You're gonna bring yourself to the back side of your mat. Ground your feet into the floor and just allow the knees to soften and bend. One side slowly and then into the next side. Sitting straight out of the hips, finding your balance. Start to lift the heels into a calf raise. Engaging in through the core as you lift those heels and lengthen the body. Allow the heels to come down and start to rotate the hips into a circle, allowing them to move all the way from the front to the back. And now switch to the other side, circling them the other way. Nice big rotation. Allow those hands to come out to the side for a deep breath in, stretching those hands all the way up, big stretch at the top, and then allowing them to come back down. Fingers are spread so you can feel that the hands are open, lifting up the chest, and then allowing those hands to come all the way back down. Another inhale here, filling those lungs. Exhale, let it go. Hands to the hips. We're going to roll those shoulders. Big rolls up and forward. Keeping long in through the neck. And then take those shoulders and roll them back. All the way up, all the way back. Full rotation here. And then we're going to allow our ear to drop down to our shoulder. And then slowly drop the chin to the front and roll it to the other side. Find a pace that works well for you, just creating some mobility in through the neck here. Continue to breathe deeply. And then we're going to allow those arms to swing from side to side to get that rotation into the spine. Hips follow. Allow your head to follow or stay straight, whatever feels best for your body here as we wake the body up. And then back into that breath, big arms, and then fold forward on that exhale. Fingertips to the floor. We're softening our knees here, bending in one knee and then the other side. And then coming into that half lift. Back is strong, abs are pulled in. Softening those knees and coming all the way up and down into chair pose. Back is long and then extend, arms down. Big inhale up, exhale, fold. Softening those knees once more with those hands to the floor. Belly soft, half lift, belly's pulled in, back is long. Inhale, soften those knees, come all the way up. Exhale, sit into chair pose. Inhale up, exhale, arms come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And grabbing onto the elbows now, we're going to shift and allow the body to move from one side to the next. Knees are not locked here. Hands back down, coming into that half lift. Belly is strong. Softening those knees. Inhale to lift. All right, let's come into side stretch. Exhale, reach that hand to the side. Feel that coming through the ribs here as you hold. Back to center. Other arm comes over. You should feel the stretch run from the shoulder down the ribs all the way to the hip. Back to center. Inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, fold back down. Good. From here, so grabbing onto those elbows and moving side to side again. Enjoying the body, enjoying the stretch. Inhale, half lift, engaging the belly, soften those knees all the way up. And then we're going to go back into that side stretch here. Reach, reach, reach. And then over to the other side. Allowing those hips to shift out. Feeling that space in the ribs here. Back to center. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, fold. And now we're going to walk ourselves out So we're in plank position here onto the knees and then all the way down onto the belly. Coming up into your Sphinx pose, elbows are below the shoulders here, neck is long, and then hands come back, shifting back into child's pose. Belly is soft. And breathe, shifting forward, coming back down to that belly, elbows below the shoulders, lifting up through the chest. Pelvis pressed down, moving those arms back, shifting back into child's pose. Relax. Forehead to the mat. Coming back up here, we're going to take our hands below the shoulders and rounding the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, giving our back a nice stretch up towards the ceiling or sky, and then reversing it so the belly falls and the tailbone and the chin lifts. Let's allow the breath to follow here. Exhale, pressing the back up, and then inhale, allowing the belly to fall. Now we're going to come back down onto the belly, elbows below those shoulders again, lifting up through the chest, feeling stretching through the abdominal muscles here. And allowing those hands to come back up onto those knees, back into child's pose again. Finding the breath, settling into the hips. Good. Coming forward again, down onto the belly, arms to the side, shifting those arms forward so the elbows are now below those shoulders. Chest up, pelvis pressed into the floor, and then shifting back up all the way into your child's pose. And breathe. Coming back up now again onto those hands and knees. Hands are underneath those shoulders. We're going to go back into that press towards the ceiling or sky. And then allowing the belly to drop. Let's add that breath. Exhale. Press up. Tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, pulling the abs up. And then inhale, relaxing through the belly. Beautiful. Exhale. Press. Deep breath out. Inhale back to center. Coming up into your downward dog now. Going to drop that chest down towards the floor and then soften the knees one at a time. So you get a deeper stretch into the other leg here. Feeling that length from the palms to the tailbone. Take that right leg up to the ceiling and then allow that heel to fall towards the glutes, really opening up into the hips there by pressing that knee away from the body. Breathing deep here, don't hold on to the breath. Now allow that leg to come forward, so you're stepping it in between the hands here. Coming up into your lunge. Finding the balance, arms are raising up, but the shoulders are dropped down. Don't let the shoulders come up to the ears there. Your front knee should be in line with the front heel. And your knees, toes, and hips are all pointing forward here. Allow the hands to come down and release that back leg. Pressing forward into those hips, feeling that stretch. And breathing. Good. Now we're going to transition back and stretch into the hamstrings. So straighten that front leg and lift the toe, and then allow the body to fold forward. You should feel this running through the back of that leg, starting at the glutes, moving all the way down to the ankle. Now let's shift forward once more. Curl that back toe under, lifting that knee off the floor and taking that leg back. We're going to repeat, allowing that heel to fall to the glute, opening that hip up once more. Finding our length through the body here. I want you to feel long. And then let's step that foot through once more, same side. Finding that balance. And allowing those arms to come up once more, but dropping down through the shoulders. Good alignment here. Chest is lifted, chin is up, belly is pulled in. Pressing into those hips and allowing those hands to come back down and releasing that back leg and foot. You continue to push forward into those hips. And feeling that stretch in the front of that left hip flexor here. Breathe. Transition back, walking those hands back and straightening that front leg. Toe comes up again towards the sky or ceiling. And just allow that body to fold forward here. And enjoy that stretch. We're usually really tight into our hamstrings. Moving forward, lifting that back leg up and coming back into our starting position into downward dog. Let's release. Dropping that chest back down. One leg bends and then the other leg bends, allowing a deeper stretch into the opposite leg here. Now we're moving into the other side. So that leg's going to lift nice and high into the air here and allowing that heel to fall towards the glute and really opening up through that hip. And then you're going to guide that leg forward just like we did on the other side. Finding that balance and then lifting our bodies up. Once you have that balance, drop those shoulders down. Make sure you have good alignment. That knee is pointing forward. It's not rolling in through the hip. Toes are forward. Chest is up. Abs are pulled in. Hands come back down to the floor. We release that back leg and continue to push into that hip. You can release that back foot. Gentle stretch as you push forward. Now let's transition back for that hamstring. Toe comes up and we fold forward. Everyone's flexibility is going to be slightly different there, so just listen to the body. We transition back into our downward dog. Nice stretch here, allowing those legs to bend again, one and then the other. And we're going to repeat that again. Let's lift that left leg up again, allowing that heel to fall. Hip stays open. And breathe. Leg comes forward. Finding that balance, we lift. Watching our alignment, engaging through the core, lifting that chest and chin. Shoulders are down. You want to keep your neck nice and long. Let's come forward, dropping that back knee and just pressing into that hip a little bit more. We get tight hips from sitting all day. It's a great stretch to open that back up. And breathe deep. We tend to be shallow breathers. Let's transition back again. Toe comes up here as we lengthen through that hamstring. One more deep breath. And then we're just going to come onto our knees now here. So sitting back into our feet, we actually get a foot stretch. Now if this is too intense, you can just release the feet. So we're going to bring one arm up and side stretch, flowing from one side to the other as we stretch your feet. If you have shoes on, this stretch won't be quite as intense. Reach, feeling that stretch through the ribs. Hands are interlaced behind the back. We're opening the front of the shoulders. Slightly lift up the chin, just to the point that it feels comfortable for you. You should feel that pull in the front of the shoulders. Hands coming back down onto the mat. From here, hands should be underneath the shoulders. We're going to open up our arm to the side. Reaching, feeling that through the chest here. I'm going to try and get those fingertips up to the ceiling and our gaze to follow. We get really tight also through the shoulders. Now let's tuck that through, and we're going to allow ourselves to come down onto that shoulder and the ear, and then wrap the other arm around the body, reaching for your thigh. If you feel any strain here, make adjustments. So maybe you have to shift your hips back or forwards, change the direction of where your chin is to give you better alignment in the neck. Listen to your body. Allow yourself to come out of that stretch back onto your hands and knees and repeat on the same side, reaching those fingers up and actively stretching out through that shoulder and chest. And breathing deep here. Gaze to follow. And then coming back down, reaching that arm all the way through. You want to feel that stretch on the back of that shoulder, so really reach that arm through. Don't just place it down on the ground in front of you. Extend those fingers out and away from the body. Nice deep breath. And we're going to release, coming back onto our hands. Now we switch to the other side. So let's reach that hand up to the sky or ceiling. Remember, you can do these routines wherever you are. Vacation, work trips, the park, or home. Your home, it can be in your bedroom. And let's reach that arm all the way through, resting onto the side of our head and wrapping that arm behind the back just to deepen that twist. Feeling relaxed, not strained. Good. One more time, coming back up onto all fours and reaching that arm nice and high. Really feeling that opening between the shoulders. Press it away from the body. And then one more time, dropping back down and coming into that resting pose on the shoulder and side of the head. Now I have my hand lifted here just because I'm trying not to touch the sand, but you can actually have your hand on the floor. The sand sticks to you. Okay. Coming out of that stretch now. Allowing the hips to stay up. We're going to drop our chest towards the floor and relax the forehead down. Now I find a lot of people coming into this pose will bend the arms. Your goal is to keep those arms straight because we want to feel this in around the armpits. Allowing that chest to fall down. The stretch is easier if you shift the hips back. So if you're having a hard time, shift those hips back. Okay, and now we shift all the way back into our child's pose, but we continue to stretch our shoulders by interlacing our hands behind the back and pulling them up and away from the body. Belly is soft. And you feel relaxed. Good, releasing those arms, coming back up, and one more time, chest comes to the floor, hips are high, arms are extended out. We carry so much tightness through here in the chest that this stretch should feel really great. Shifting those hips back into our child's pose, allowing those arms to come once more behind our back, interlacing those fingers and pulling them up and away from the body. Thighs relaxed, belly relaxed, neck relaxed. And allowing those arms to come back down and bringing ourselves up. Big inhale to finish. Good. Exhale, palms to center. Big inhale for the finish. Exhale to center. Great. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Thank you for taking the time to do this video with me.